One of the most important cues a dog can learn is come, and it is also one of the most difficult cues to get your dog to learn. The reason why it's so difficult is because you are constantly in competition with everything in the environment, okay? There's lots of smells out there. There's novelty, there's new sights, there's birds, there's airplanes flying overhead, there's avoidance of something, there's, a deer running through the field, whatever it is. So you are constantly in competition with all these things. So that is one part of our problem with come. The other part of our problem is that when you call your dog to come, you are often poisoning the cue. So what do I mean by poisoning the cue? Basically what I mean is that you are taking a cue that you're trying to teach your dog and you are removing all the fun from it, or you're removing, like, let's say you call your dog to come, right? Let's say your dog's outside having a great time. You call your dog to come and then you shut the door because they came inside and now you just remove their freedom. We don't think of that as any big deal, right? That's nothing. I mean, that's just like normal life. We needed them to come inside. And so we shut the door. But what you're not considering is that you just removed your dog's freedom, right? If your dog is digging a hole, having a great time, and, I say, like, let's say my dog Willow's doing that, and then, Willow, come. And she comes. Well, she might not come so fast next time because, again, I just poisoned the cue. So poisoning the cue has everything to do with just taking things away from our dogs, just making it so that, like, they have a bad taste in their mouth on it, right? So they're just kind of like, yeah, that wasn't fun. So either what's going to happen is they're going to learn to ignore you next time, or even avoid you and completely blow you off. Now, I got married in 2011, so I've been married for 9 years. Been with my husband for much longer than that. We've had dogs as adults for about 15 years total. To this day, husbands, if anybody gives me some ideas for training husbands, please let me know, because husbands, they just don't listen, do they? Kids and husbands, right? Wives are fine. Moms are fine. But what I mean, so, I to this day will still catch my husband all the time calling my dog to come and then putting her in the crate. There was one night, and this is just one of many examples. There was one night, probably about a week ago, when I had asked to just bring Willow inside. So I had asked him to do that. So he goes to the door, he calls her to come, and then he sticks her in the crate. Oh my goodness. Just give her a handful of food, at least. Just at the very least, if you're going to stick her in the crate, just throw in some treats. I put the treats, like the jar of treats is right there on top of the crate. Just grab a handful and throw them in. So I do have a different system. I don't call my dog to come. Okay. If she's outside playing with her ball, I either wait for her to come in on her own, and, if she's going to stay outside quietly, have at it, be outside. That's fine. But if I need to go somewhere, I don't call her to come. All I do is I actually got her a second ball for this reason. I just take a second ball and I'll give it a little toss into the house, and all of a sudden she's in the house, right? And then I will follow up with a lot of extra reinforcement before she were to go in the crate. So I have a long span of time before, when she comes in and when she goes in the crate. So there's a lot of reinforcement. So, we're talking like a handful full of deposits, and then a little bit of a withdrawal, because ultimately she might have to go in the crate, or I might have to leave her alone.
Good girl. She gets lots of treats.
Don't poison cues. Pay attention to when you're removing something from your dog, okay? Pay attention. And basically, anytime you say the word come, pay attention to it. And pay attention, have your other family members pay attention to it, because you won't notice it half the time. Just make it very happy and reinforcing. You should be playing games with your dogs. They can learn all of these things that they need to know through games and play. And positive reinforcement doesn't always have to be treats. A lot of times it can be play. A little hide and seek recall, stuff like that. Let me know also a little bit of, what your experience is with come right now. What word is your go-to recall word?